Alright, and here on our news it says Clarity Act update for XRP holders. Congressman drops bombshell statement live on Fox TV. Now, imagine sitting in front of your television, changing channels, and suddenly a United States Congressman drops a statement live on national TV that could instantly trigger a multi-trillion dollar shift in the financial world. That is exactly what just happened on Fox Business when Representative Bryan Steil looked directly into the camera and gave a definitive timeline for the most important crypto law in history. If you are holding XRP, the clock is ticking down to an absolute deadline. We have a massive update here shared by an analyst Vivek Sen here on X that shows the exact footage of this live broadcast. This isn't just another rumor or a vague tweet. This is a high-stakes political showdown happening right now in Washington that could permanently lock in XRP's status as a commodity and change global liquidity forever. So in this video, we are breaking down the hidden details of this bombshell, the upcoming vote, and the secret political drama holding back your bags. Now, let's start with our very first question about what did the live Fox Business broadcast reveal about the impending vote. So let's look directly at what went down on the television broadcast. Representative Bryan Steil appeared on Fox Business with Maria Bartiromo and stated that he is highly optimistic that the United States Senate will get this law across the line next week. He explicitly argued that it is absolutely essential for the United States to set the gold standard for regulations in the digital assets space. According to the clip highlighted here by Vivek Sen, passing this bill is the key to unlocking an astronomical amount of both human capital and financial capital directly into American markets. The analysts even paired this clip with a bold declaration that trillions of dollars are about to flow straight into Bitcoin and the broader crypto market. Now, here's my opinion. My take on this live appearance is all about political pressure. When a lawmaker goes on a major network like Fox Business right before a critical legislative window, they aren't just giving an update. They are sending a public warning to the Senate. So to me, this indicates that the behind-the-scenes negotiations have reached a boiling point. The House passed this exactly 1 year ago, and the fact that representatives are now taking to national television to demand action shows that the patience of pro-crypto lawmakers has completely run out. This public push is a deliberate strategy to force a vote before the summer recess. Now, where does the legislation actually stand right now after 1 year? To understand the gravity of next week, we have to look at the exact timeline. The House of Representatives originally passed this bill on July 17, 2025, with a massive bipartisan vote of 294 to 134. Fast forward to 1 year later to July 2026, and the bill has experienced a grueling journey through the Senate. It successfully cleared the Senate Banking Committee with a 15 to 9 vote on May 14, 2026, and has been sitting on the Senate legislative calendar since June 1. The Senate already missed its initial July 4 signing target. Now, to clear the final hurdle, the bill must go to a full Senate floor where it requires a minimum of 60 votes to pass. Currently, Republicans hold 53 Senate seats, but because at least 2 are expected to vote no, the bill absolutely relies on securing moderate Democratic votes to cross the finish line. Now, here's my opinion. Looking at these numbers, my perspective is that the delay on the Senate calendar has been coordinated stalling tactic. A bill doesn't just sit on the legislative calendar for almost 2 months without specific gatekeepers holding it back. However, the fact that it cleared the Senate Banking Committee with a definitive 15-9 margin tells me that there is genuine cross-party interest. The pressure has built up like steam inside a boiler tank, and the next week is the moment the valve either opens or the whole timeline gets pushed to the end of the year. Now, what is the hidden political conflict holding back the final approval? So what is the actual roadblock preventing a clean vote? The primary sticking point is completely political and involves a massive conflict over financial disclosures. Senate Democrats are aggressively pushing to add a strict provision targeting President Trump's personal crypto business ties. This move comes immediately after his official financial disclosures revealed a staggering $1.4 billion in crypto earnings since he returned to the White House. The proposed amendment by Senate Democrats seeks to completely bar Trump, his family, and all members of the executive branch from holding, trading, or engaging with cryptocurrencies while in office. This massive rift must be resolved before the Senate heads out for its official August recess on August 7, 2025. Now, here's my opinion. This amendment is a classical political poison pill. The opposition knows that adding a direct restriction on the sitting president's personal finances will cause an immediate gridlock among lawmakers. It is no longer about asset class itself. It has become a chess piece in a larger political game. But here is the silver lining. Because both sides want to look proactive on innovation before the upcoming recess, the pressure to find a compromise within the next few days is higher than it has ever been. Now, will this legislative breakthrough permanently secure XRP's dominance? If the bill survives the political infighting next week, the structural impact on the market will be monumental. The law would explicitly classify multiple major digital assets as commodities rather than securities under federal law. For XRP, this is an absolute victory. While XRP already secured legal clarity in the courts, passing this bill means its classification as a commodity becomes permanently statutory law. This means a future administration or an aggressive regulatory agency could not simply swoop in and reverse the status. Multiple analysts are calling this the single greatest pending catalyst for XRP, as it completely eradicates any residual legal hesitation and allows institutional capital to enter the ecosystem without fear. Now, my opinion on this specific point is that permanent statutory law is the ultimate prize. Court rulings are great, but they can be appealed, challenged, or reinterpreted by hostile regulators. A federal law, however, provides an unshakable foundation. Once XRP is locked into the legal framework as a permanent commodity, it changes the asset's risk profile entirely for global banking institutions. It moves XRP from being a bold, alternative asset to being a standard financial infrastructure tool. And finally, here is our overall conclusion. To bring it all together, the live broadcast on Fox Business has set an undeniable expiration date on the Senate's silence. We are looking at a critical window over the next 7 days. The House has done its job. The committee has approved the framework, and the money is waiting on the sidelines. The only thing standing between the current market state and a massive multi-trillion-dollar capital inflow is a political compromise over executive branch disclosures before the August 7 recess. For XRP holders, next week is the ultimate litmus test. If the Senate secures the 60 votes required, the residual legal shadows disappear permanently, cementing XRP as a legal commodity by law. So we need to keep our eyes locked on the Senate floor next week. Watch the vote count closely, and do not let the short-term political theater distract us from the massive structural shift taking place. Right, and this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one. Or you might just as well check this next recommended video right here.